The Glen Allen Jaguars look for a statement win at home on the gridiron when a foe from the 757 comes calling. Welcome to Sports Wire, I'm Will Catterley. So far, the Glen Allen Jaguars this season have proven to be a pretty good football team. After all, their only 2 losses came by a combined 9 points. 3 in a last-second field goal loss against Manchester, and 6 in a game that went down to the wire last week at Thomas Dale. Still, with a bad taste in their mouths, the Jags, at least on paper, had a heck of a challenge on their hands as the Hampton Crabbers traveled over from the beach. The Crabbers had looked more than solid at 3-0 on the year. The Jags, meanwhile, didn't want this one to come down to fourth quarter magic. So to Glen Allen High School we go. The rare 804-757 matchup, Hampton at Glen Allen. How about the year junior quarterback Ralph Puccinelli is having? Well, it's been a stellar one, and he throws the moon ball for a first down early in the first quarter. He connects to his wideout, Jabari Harris, later in the drive. Going deep again is Puccinelli. We've seen a lot of work by Puccinelli with his legs. That catch to Blake Lewis set it up for this. Puccinelli with his legs, but he would show off with his arm. First touchdown of the night for Ralphie Puccinelli. Glen Allen off to a great start against the Hampton Crabbers. 7-0, 8:45 to go in the first, but the Crabbers would claw their way back. Number 8, Sidney Johnson with the rush. We're 20 yards to pay dirt, and the Crabbers not looking sideways anymore. They tie the score up at 7 with 7:22 to go. We switch sides, second quarter now. That Glen Allen defense was strong, particularly in the second half. But first half, the sack, Jamari DeBerry doing the honors, and then back to the Puccinelli show. Just a perfect strike, finding his wide receiver for the touchdown. It's Blake Lewis on the receiving end. Glen Allen back in front, and they wouldn't look back. 14-7, 9:56 to go. Special teams. Yep, that was good for the Jags as well. The block kick. It's Jaleel Dandridge getting his mitts on it. Number 17, Brandon the Burner Turner with a recovery would lead to this. Puccinelli. Oh my goodness, with the touchdown pass again. From 30 yards out, he connects with Jabari Harris. Yet again, you haven't seen the last of the Glen Allen passing game and Ralphie Puccinelli, 20-7 at that point. Hampton, though, would not go away. Not in the first half. After a decent drive, they would get this short touchdown plunge by the quarterback to put Hampton back within a score. So anybody's game, 20-13 at the half. Second half, all Glen Allen, and they would do it through the air and on the ground. How about the running game? Jakeem Dandridge. You'll see him again later. Big gainer inside the red zone of Hampton. It would lead to this. When you can run the ball well, you can do the play action pass well, and that's exactly what Puccinelli and the Glen Allen offense does. Touchdown, Jags! Cooper McPherson finds the end zone for his first touchdown catch of the night, 27-13, and Glen Allen was a-rolling. Ralphie Puccinelli firing, finding Blake Lewis again. 5 passing touchdowns for Puccinelli on the evening to go with his 1 touchdown rushing. That's 6 touchdowns for Puccinelli and the offense, and they weren't done. How about the defense? Brandon the Burner Turner with the stop in the backfield, and then Ralphie rolling out, making magic happen, extending that pocket with his legs. He finds his receiver, Davis Fisher. He didn't have to go fishing to catch that one, and check out the celebration at the end here. You think they practiced this? Yeah, I'd say so. Nice. Nicely done. Jags not going to be in a close contest in the fourth quarter, not in this affair. It's 40-13, and then in the fourth, backup quarterback in Dandridge. Said you'd hear his name again. Jakeem, 85-yard touchdown run, and the Jags going to get right in this game. This is a laugher. Hampton undefeated coming in, undefeated no more. 47-13, your final. To Godwin High School we go. Homecoming night, always special in the Eagles' Nest, land of the Eagles, taking on Tucker Tigers. Now, Luke Roberts, first play from scrimmage. He only threw the ball 7 times, but this was a big one. Like I said, the very first play from scrimmage, 80 yards to Noah Wilborn. Touchdown. Eagles, and Godwin on top early, often, and throughout. 7-0 Godwin's second possession. The ground game, always paramount for Godwin. They would get it going with Konstantinos Kavanes. 136 yards on the night for Kavanes. You're going to see a lot of him. And you're going to see Luke Roberts with the quarterback keeper on the read option. Godwin up 14-0, just like that on the 12-yard touchdown scamper. 7:24 to go in the first. And yes, the Eagles' defense was ready to play as well. Stacking up the Tigers from behind the line. A gaggle of Eagles on that stop, including number 11, Nina Gade, who had a number of tackles, 7 in all. It wasn't all bad news for Tucker. Nice defensive effort right there. Number 2 getting in on the stop, Kevin Jones and company. But Godwin would have answers on offense as well, and it came from Kavanes and Luke Roberts on the ground. Roberts, and then handing it off to Kristinos Kavanes. Kavanes finds Pater, touchdown, and that would not be his first rushing score, but Kavanes, business-like. Godwin up 3 touchdowns. Then special teams. How about the punt return? Almost got the block. Noah Wilborn, who already has a touchdown on the night, returns it deep into Tucker territory inside the 35-yard line. Later, how about a little slant pattern? Roberts to Wilborn. Good for a first down. Same drive. Handing it off. Nice stop defensively by J.R. Tucker. Number 8 doing the honors, Yahir Moreno, but they could not stop Kavanes. Kavanes to the end zone one more time. Konstantinos Kavanes, like as I said, 136 yards. He had 3 touchdowns on the night on 10 carries, 34-0. And now to the moment we've all been waiting for, the 2026 homecoming king and queen at the half announced. As always, the entire homecoming court out on midfield, and at Godwin, they have the Sweeties out there with the crown and the tiara. Congratulations to Eamon Forrest. He's your 2026 Godwin Eagles homecoming king, and the queen, it's Riley Geyer. Congratulations to the king and queen once again, Eamon Forrest and Riley Geyer, your Godwin Eagles homecoming king and queen for 2026. We go back to the gridiron for a little bit of some second half action. Running clock at this point. It's Wilborn, number 7. Noah going to take, you saw the kick earlier where he got him in great field position. This time, he's going to tote the rock himself all the way to the end zone. Touchdown on the punt return. Godwin would add another touchdown late, and a happy homecoming eve for the Godwin fans and faithful as the Eagles get their second win of the year. 48-0 is your final.
We head out to Freeman and we come back. It's a major matchup in field hockey as the Mavs jostle with James River. Plus, it's back to the gridiron where Varina looks to hammer Henrico. That and more straight ahead.
This can't be happening.
This can't be happening.
Of course it's not happening. Armored car. Listen, having money isn't about luck. Make your own coffee, save $1,000 a year. Feed me.
Feed the pig. Welcome back to Sportswire. To field hockey we go. Freeman High School. Mavs taking on James River. No score late first quarter. Now the Freeman Mavs looking to improve to 10-2 on the year. Their only losses were to Godwin and Maggie Walker. Marley Anderson would have a lot to say about this one because James River, they came to play. Sitting at a 500 record coming in. No score. We go to the second. Another chance for James River. The Rapids, not happening. Marley Anderson says no. Marley Anderson, another stop. James River, you could argue, not just playing really well, but outplaying the Lady Mavs in the first stanza of 4 quarters. Freeman, one of their opportunities. Centering pass just goes wide. Nobody home. Back to James River. Another chance. A sprawling stop and save by Marley Anderson. And then Freeman on the attack. Trickling the ball in the attacking zone. Good D by the Rapids. They played an excellent field hockey match in this one. Still no score. Late second. James River, another chance. Kicked away. Kick save and a beaut by Marley Anderson. Eventually Freeman would get out of trouble, but James River, a corner. Another chance for them.
in a brilliant one. Firing it in, gets past Anderson, but off the woodwork, off the post. And the Mavs would get out of harm's way. One more chance for Freeman on the corner. Again, here's a shot. That goes to the right side of the net, stopped by the D, and Anderson knocks it just out of harm's way. Now it's Freeman's chance on a corner. Mavs firing it inside, and that just goes wide. No score after 2. Let's go to the third, shall we? Still no score. Switching sides. Mavs on the corner opportunity. Mavs brilliantly played. She shoots, she scores! Firing, finding the back of the net. It's Vivian Broughton, and she brings Freeman to a 1-0 advantage with 2:22 to go in the third and counting. Same score, Rapids trying to draw even at 1. They have another corner chance, but they also have to get it past Marley Anderson, who says no once more, preserving a 1-0 lead. That would be the score after 3. Fourth and final stanza. James River, another opportunity, another corner chance. Similar operation right here, firing it in. Marley, aggressive to the ball. She says no, keeping James River out of it. And then the Mavs want to put this one on ice. A 2-goal lead would almost surely do that. This is a hustle play. Get to the ball first. Pass it in, firing, finding the back of the net. She shoots, she scores. Aubrey Jordan, the junior forward, gets it done. And so do the Mavs and Marley Anderson. They improved to 10-2 on the year as Freeman gets a win over James River. 2-0 is your final. Back to the gridiron we go. Henrico Warriors on the road looking for their first victory. That would not be an easy task against the Varina Blue Devils, who are coming into their own fresh off that 33-10 win against Hermitage on the road. The short passing game was what was working. Well, everything was, but they went to the short passing game a lot. The connection, Caleb Weish connected with Jeremiah White. And then roll out, Weish again. This time, I got nobody open. Hey, can you block for me? Wide receivers did a tremendous job blocking, especially in the short passing attack, which they would utilize. You know who was big last week against Hermitage? This guy, Michael Farley. He was a big again on this night. 40 yards later, he finds the end zone on the touchdown rush. And Farley and Varina, just like that, have a 7-0 lead. Henrico trying to get things going on offense themselves, firing, finding a man, connecting with Jalen Betts. All bets are off, which set it up for this. Potential field goals, doink off the helmet, though, couldn't handle the snap. And Johnny on the spot is Varina number 22, Payson Peterson. And check out the block again. Wide receivers, you're not catching, blocking shows up on the highlights, especially from this vantage point. That sprung loose Jeremiah White for a first down, and that would lead to this. The pass to Trevon Rogers down to the Henrico 5, and finishing it off is Farley, his second rushing touchdown of the night, this time from 5 yards out. Blue Devils would add the extra point. 14-0 to go, 4:46 to go in the first. And then the defense of Varina really took over. Pressure on the quarterback. Look what I got! An interception picked off. Blue Devils there and ready. Sayer Rex. And then again, short passing game. Block wide receivers. Good for a first down. And more. Inside the 10 of Henrico will lead to this. Spreading the rock around. This time, Jabri Pearson. Running back gets it in. 21-0 at that point. And there'd be a lot more where that came from. More from Varina. Sound like a broken record? Short passing game. Blockers in front. And this is going to go for a big gainer as Trevon Rogers takes it inside the 15. Same drive. Short passing. Second quarter. This is going to take it all the way to the house as Jeremiah White finds pay dirt once again. And the Blue Devils are on a roll, and they would not be stopped. 28-0, 11:51 to go in the second. Henrico trying to get something going. Tricky Warriors on the fake punt attempt. Number 11 stopped in his tracks. Messiah Thompson is tackled, and Varina takes over, and so does Caleb Weish. Weish, 10 of 16, 181 yards, 3 tutties. They also rushed a bunch of times for 82 yards and a pair of touchdowns. That's one of them. 35-0. More Weish. Check out the patience. I'll wait for my blockers, All right, now he's just having fun like it's Madden. Actually, I'll predate Madden. That's like Super Tecmo Bowl running right there. Touchdown run for Caleb Weiss. Yeah, Google that one, kids. Graphics aren't so good. Short passing game. Jeremiah White, have yourself a night, my friend. Nice night by White, and another touchdown for him to boot. 49-0 with 4:05 to go in the second. More defense. Varina, pressure leads to picks. Sometimes it's a pick six. Allen Green with nothing but green. He takes it all the way back to the house. Touchdown, Varina. All Blue Devils, and they are feeling good right now with a big-time victory, 62-0, your final. Speaking of the Blue Devils, how about some ladies volleyball? Always a huge rivalry. Love the energy in this one. Varina at Highland Springs. The East End rivalry continues. First set action, Anna Morris, her serve, working wonders and putting up points. For the ladies, Springers had the early lead. Countering is Highland Springs on the serve, this time in the near court in the blue. Gonna set it up. And it's 5-4 at this point. Close set, especially in the first set. That doggle hunt for the point, number 5 doing the honors, Corey Chambers. Later, Blue Devils again, this time on the serve, coming up aces. And Chambers and the Blue Devils would take the lead. Varina on the comeback trail, however. Going to get some good-looking passes here, and that usually gets rewarded in a point, and it does so here, except no, it's blocked! What a great block by number 17, Samaj Saunders. This time, however, Highland Springs gets the benefit of that point. They would come fighting back then on the serve. Nice dig by the Blue Devils. Trying to hit them where they aren't. Springers, though. Lady Springers not going away with the outside kill and the celebration to boot. Number 4 doing the honors on that one. That would be Leah Berryman with the point. Blue Devils coming right back. Somehow the Springers go keep it alive. And that's where effort plays really helps. Berryman and Highland Springs with the point. Blue Devils coming back. Still in the second set, 25-15. Of course, the first set going the Springers' way. Varina says no. Number 15 with the kill right there, Jakaya Lawrence. Springers come right back. They ain't having it. They would love nothing more than to sweep Varina, and that'll hunt for an ace. Not even hit back. Lady Springers win big in the second set, 25-9. We go to the third. Could they get the sweep? Well, just like they started. Number 8 doing the honors. Anna Morris and company, Blue Devils, trying to fight back, although Highland Springs would take a big lead early in the third, and then the Varina Blue Devils would start to make hay on the comeback, but not before. Highland Springs, or points like that, would take about a 6-7 point lead. Blue Devils not going away, not without a fight. You get that one to go, and then the block, but too much. Highland Springs, number 20, with the kill right there. Samiera Carrington doing the honors. That doggle hunt, number 15. Nice night from Jakaya Lawrence and company, and Varina, 24-16 though, and that would be your ball game. Game, set, match point. Springers take it. 3-0 is your final.
We have a top 10 guys volleyball battle when we return. Deep Run plays host to Hanover on the court. Could the Cats hold off the Hawks? Plus, Hermitage tries to dismantle Deep Run at home underneath the Friday night lights. See how the Panthers brought all 3 phases of their game to Chester Fritz. That's next.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
Welcome back to SportsWire. Deep Run Wildcats at home taking on Hanover. This is a top 10 boys volleyball matchup, and all you had to do was watch the first set to know why. Closely contested, hotly contested. That doggle hunt, number 6, was all over the place for the Wildcats. Chikalo Chakalo, I should say. And then number 22 on the block, Luke Fry, comes up big. But back and forth we would go. Now, the rule is you got to get to 25 first, but you got to win by 2, which can lead to some really crazy finishes. Hanover with the point and the kill right there. Number 13 doing the honors. It's Josh Seifert. More. Whoop. From Hanover. It's Seifert again. Back and forth we go. Trying to win by 2. This is way over the 25-point threshold at this point. Hanover looking like they got the kill. Deep run instead. Getting it back over. Surviving that one. And then again, Wildcats somehow get it over. And then the block at the front of the net. Hakeem Hardy with a Hardy point for the Wildcats. That would pay dividends. What a shot right there on the other side, number 6. Sarian Shakalo doing Yemen's-like work. Straw, I should say, that stirred the drink. And then finally, number 13 with a point, Dylan Reither. Wildcats can taste this one. They get the game set point right there, 33-31. Yeah, that was just the first set, folks. It looked like we could be in for a really long night. Wildcats wanted to make sure that that wasn't the case. Tyler Gayrud with the point right there. Deep run, feeling it now. Number 2, getting it done. Karthik Redigari with the kill. Hanover, too good to go away, but this was deep run set. Chakalo doing his thing. And then underrated server in Franco Campos. A lot of points came his way from service, but Hanover comes fighting back. They get the kill right there. Hawks cutting into this lead a bit. It was almost double digits at one point. Hawks get the block and the point. Timeout Wildcats. Campos back on the serve for deep run, and they would get things going once again. This time it's number 2, Karthik Redigari, 27-25, deep run. Winning by just a little bit, but what's most important, they're up 2-0. First to 3 wins it. So pressure is on Hanover, and they felt it. Nice job at the front of the net. Tyler Gaylrud with the point right there. Getting the block. Hanover going to fight back in this one, but still up 13-8. Make it 14-8. Redigari again. This is a deep and talented deep run team, as it usually is. And guys, volleyball, a lot of weapons, a lot of ways to score. I think Shakalo might be one of the best ones. Outside hitter knocks it down once again. The Wildcats could feel it. Libero, Aaron Simmons gets the ace. Simmons was strong as well. And Hanover trying to come back, but this was deep runs night. A lot of momentum can be carried over from those extra point sets. Wins like 33-31, 25-23. Wildcats get it done in straight sets. Looking impressive in this one. Top 10 win. They beat Hanover 3-0. Back to the gridiron we go. Hermitage High School playing host to Deep Run. Looking to get back on the winning side of their loss to Varina a week ago. Best way to get off the mat, feed the running game, and win at the point of attack. Offensive line was fantastic, as was this man, Avery Curtis. Benyane with a handoff. Curtis rushed 13 times, 165 yards. Same drive, opening stanza. Number 9, Breon Bonner with the touchdown plunge. And the extra point would make it 7-0. Strike up the band. Hermitage faithful would enjoy this one. Second quarter, same score. Wildcats trying to get it going. The ball is tipped and then picked. Bryson Robinson with the tip. And Andre Clark Jr. with the catch. Bryson made it possible. The passing game looked good, and yeah, it might be a face mask. Yane to the aforementioned Robinson, good for a first down. Later, same drive, way out to the corner. Nobody can find him. Most importantly, the deep run. Defense, that's good for the touchdown. Dyson Brooks on the receiving end, it's 14-0. Wildcats did get something going right here on the ground. Nice looking carry. But overall, the tried and true red and blue Hermitage defense would stop that drive, and then it's off to the races. Check out this run. Avery Curtis all the way down inside the 5-yard line, and that would lead to this. The touchdown pass, Yane to Andre Clark Jr., leading to one of the bigger traditions at Hermitage. Dr. Jackson and the cheerleaders doing the push-ups. Every time they score, they do. Then special teams. I got it, I don't got it. Hermitage has it, and they have it in the end zone for the muffed punt touchdown. Marcus Lee helps Hermitage with the recovery, and that puts the Panthers up 28-0 at that point. More defense from Hermitage, not fooled on the short outlet pass, and that would lead to the Hermitage offense feeding the beast, and that beast was one Avery Curtis. As I said, 13 rushes, 165 yards, 2 touchdowns, and here's one of them. Curtis and Hermitage up a lot to a little, 35-0 at that point. And mind you, that's still in the second quarter. Later, Ben Yane firing, finding Bryson Robinson. Check out the moves by Robinson. You ain't got me, you don't have me. A whole deep run team's got to corral him. That would lead to this. Final play of the half. This is when you know you're living right. Ben Yane firing in the end zone. Touchdown, Hermitage. Bryson Robinson, another touchdown grab, 42-0 at the half. Second half, deep run. Getting a little success on the ground. They just could not sustain drives because of plays like this. Michael Jackson Jr. with the interception. He would take it all the way down to around the 5-yard line. It would set up the Hermitage offense for this. Miles Brooks gonna fake it until he makes it. DeBreon Bonner, he keeps it himself. Touchdown. Big Herm. All Panthers on this night. Defense living large as well, stopping that running play. Gang tackling by the Panther D and setting them up for a short field as well. This time the pass. Miles Brooks to Marcus Lee. Touchdown. Hermitage a lot to a little, 55-0. They win it.
Remember, if you have questions or comments about the show, just send me an email to this address, sportswire@henrico.k12.va.us. And you can always follow us on X, and be sure to follow us on Instagram. And you can catch episodes on YouTube. I can't wait to see ya next time on Sportswire.